You were not meant to be a slave to the grind. You were not meant to trade your life force for money. You can escape gravity. You can unlock your life. You got this. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to Unlock Your Life. This is your host, Jennings Smith. Guys, the ball ripped at me. My opponent was sending it at 45 miles an hour right to my head. Panicked. I stabbed at the ball. It ricocheted off my paddle and out of bounds. I lost the point. In that moment, I made two mistakes. One, I hit it out of bounds. Two, I hit it even at all. If I just ducked out of the way, it would have sailed out of bounds and we would have won the point. So I was in the middle of my second pickleball tournament and it was not going well. So pickleball, it has a player rating system. So you start out as a 2.5 player. That's like a beginner, just learning the rules. You progress to a 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, up to 5.0. After you get to a 5.0, you're really like a professional pickleball player. So you're extremely good. And the difference between a 4.0 and a 5.0 is really, really vast. So I've been playing pickleball for maybe a year. And the first tournament that I did, it was rated for 3.0 players. Like I had never done a tournament before. And I got in there and I played doubles. So it's two people versus two people. And my partner and I mean, we dominated. We murdered everybody. It was like 15-2, 15-1. I think the championship game was like 15-3. It wasn't even close. But it kind of felt hollow. Like I definitely should not have entered a tournament that was that low rated. And so I thought, next time I'm going to do something that's a little bit more challenging. I'm better than that. I can do something that's a little tougher. So this tournament that I played last weekend was the 4.0 level. So quite a bit harder than the 3.0 level. And on top of that, there weren't enough players in the 4.5 division, so they combined the 4.5s with the 4.0s. So now I'm playing, 4.0s and I'm playing some 4.5s. So this was a whole different world. So there were 11 teams and every team played each other. So you had 10 games. It was like a round robin. You just played, team number one, team number two, team number three. So at the end of the 10 games, everybody's played each other and whoever has the most wins wins the tournament. Okay, so we start off game one, victory. We won the game pretty easily and I'm feeling good. I'm thinking, all right, we can do this. This is where I belong and, we're going to cruise. Well, game two, we did win, but we barely won and we should have won by a lot. And it was like 11-10. They came back and almost beat us, but we eked out a victory. So I'm thinking this is great. Okay, game three, we get handed our first loss. We play a man and woman team. This is a men's division, and they got a woman there, and she whooped us. I mean, she was great. They were both, I think, 4 or 5 players, and they beat us, I think, 11-1. I mean, they just whooped our butt. So game 4, we also lost. Now I'm thinking, well, maybe I can still get second place. I'm probably not going to get gold, but maybe I can get silver. Game 5, we also lose. Now I'm thinking, man, I wonder if I could even get third place. Game 6, we lose. Game 7, we lose. Game 8, we lose. Game 9, we lose. Game 10, we lose. So we won our first 2 games and then got handed 8 losses in a row. We came in 10th place out of 11 teams. So we did beat one team, but I was outclassed. I was outgunned. I was totally unprepared for this tournament. Now, after the tournament, one of my buddies, who also had a rough time in the tournament, he was joking around with me. He said, I'm going to go back to the 3.5 tournaments or the 3.0 tournaments. And at the time, I'm like, man, yeah, I feel you. Because in that tournament, it was dawning on me that it was too late. Like I couldn't drill. I couldn't practice the shots that I was messing up. I couldn't get better. I couldn't improve my drives or my footwork. And I paid the price. So now I'm faced with 2 options. Number one, I can go back to the 3.0, 3.5 level and whoop everybody's butt and pat myself on the back, or I can get better, right? I've got work to do. I recognize my weaknesses and I see my holes in my game. Because most people, myself included, they just show up to the court and they play. And they think that that's going to improve their game. They think that just getting out there and playing rec ball, with whoever, whenever, and play a couple games and I'm going to get better and better. And it does work a little bit. And it's very, very fun. But the people that really want to get better, the people that really want to compete in tournaments and compete at a high level, they practice, they drill. In fact, they typically drill for 3 sessions for every play session that they have. So if they are dedicating, 4 times to go and play pickleball, 3 out of those 4 times, they're actually practicing and drilling, not just playing. They're identifying the shots that they keep messing up, and they do that shot over and over and over again. They see a shot that's kind of weak, and how can I make that one of my strengths? And they practice it. And it's not fun. It's not exciting. And in fact, it's a lot more exhausting than just playing the game. Doing figure eights, doing footwork, doing ladder drills, standing at the baseline with your opponent just constantly attacking you, trying to drop it and reset it into the kitchen. It's not that fun. And people, present company included, we want to do the fun stuff. We don't want to do the hard stuff. The hard stuff works, though. If you hit 50 drives in a row, that could be more than you're hitting in 10 games. If you practice your backhand dink on the kitchen line again and again, the one that you keep hitting into the net, but you practice that and you hit that 50, 60, 100 times, you might only get that shot 2 or 3 times in a game. But if you're hitting it 100 times in a practice session, you're going to get it down. You're going to identify, okay, I don't have my feet set right. I'm standing up too fast. I'm not following through, whatever it is. And you start to master those shots because you're doing them over and over and over again. And they're not just getting exposed once or twice or 3 times in a game. You get measurably better every time you drill. 30 minutes to 60 minutes of drilling is worth 10 to 20 to 30 rec ball games that are really not improving the way you're playing the game. So why am I talking about pickleball? Well, I want to talk about what is our fun stuff that we like to work on. If you're saying, well, I want to get better at real estate, fun stuff could be, going to conferences, going to networking events, browsing motivational quotes and informational stories on Instagram, taking another course or following a YouTube guy, daydreaming about one day. I mean, something I like to do is I sit in the shower in the morning and I think about and dream about like, when my portfolio is this size and when we have this much paid off. And guys, it does work. It does help some. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to conferences or go to networking events or learn more, but it's not the hard stuff. It's not the drilling. It's not the stuff that quantifiably gets you better every time you do it. So what is the hard stuff? What's the practice, the drilling in real estate that actually works? Calling on investors, pitching them on deals and messing it up. Underwriting 10, 20, 30 deals a week, putting out offers, putting out letters of intent, connecting with brokers, following up, looking at their offering memorandums, underwriting them and giving them feedback, going on social media and creating, not consuming. You're putting out content. You're helping other people. You're telling people what you're doing. You're attracting people to your tribe and your fire. And you're doing that over and over and over again because you're getting feedback. Wow, I had a call with an investor and it didn't go well. Why? You know what? I had another call and it went a little bit better, but it still didn't go great. Why? What can I adapt? What can I change? Where am I hitting that ball into the net? Where am I getting exposed because I'm weak in my core competencies? Changing and correcting those things and eventually mastering, because the only way to master something is to do it over and over and over again and to do the hard stuff and to get those reps in, because your next tournament, quote unquote, is coming. It's right around the corner. Your next opportunity to create life-changing wealth, your next meeting with an investor, your next deal that's going to come across your table, the next broker that you connected with who's got something for you. That opportunity is coming. They come all the time. You better be ready, though. You better be battle tested. You better have relationships built with the people that can help you get that deal done, that can give you feedback on that deal, that can sponsor your loan, that can invest with you, that can raise capital for you. That capital pipeline needs to be there. Your earnest money deposit ready to go. You've got your legal documents going. You know how you're going to structure your deal. You know whether you're going to do a JV or a syndication. You have these competencies in your skills already there because you've been drilling. You've been practicing. You've been doing the hard stuff. So you're faced with, and I'm faced with, do I play it safe? Do I go back to the junior tournament? Do I go back to playing the 3-0? Do I go back to just buying another single family home? Do I go back to running my construction company? Do I go back to something that I know I can do and I have competency in, but it really is hollow? It really isn't fulfilling. I know I'm not fulfilling my potential. I know I'm not getting out there and doing life-changing deals. Or do I face the facts that, hey, I'm not there yet, but I can get to work. I can drill. I can practice. I can start building these foundations so that when I do get that opportunity, which it will come, and I'm ready to dominate. So if you're sitting there listening to this episode and you're thinking, man, I'm ready to quit playing. Like, yes, I'm in real estate. Yes, I know how to do a few things, but I know I could play at a higher level. I know I could pursue bigger opportunities. I know I could build a portfolio that's really going to move the needle and not only change my life and my futures, but my kids and their grandkids. If you're ready to put in the work, go to whatisthedealroom.com. Whatisthedealroom.com, and explains what we do, how we do it, what our proven process is that our students follow that have closed over 100 deals, 100 multifamily deals in 2024. We closed 91 last year. We closed 76 the year before that. It'll explain how it works. It'll explain what it costs. You can get on a call with me or Yaden. We can figure out where you're at and if this is something that is a good fit for you and you're a good fit for us. So whatisthedealroom.com if you want to start playing bigger, if you want to face the facts of where you're at and you want to improve and get to work, then let's talk. All right, guys, have a great week and unlock your life. Peace.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.